Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the LG offices in New York City. My name is Axel Toss, joined by Axlab, watching some StarCraft 2. How's your day going, Nick?
Excellent. Woke up,
Yes,
right to StarCraft.
right to StarCraft. Boom.
Can't have it better than that, man.
Played some 2v2,
Yes.
destroyed some
Destroyed some kids.
very high-level players. I might say so myself. They were pretty darn good. Not just anyone could have taken them out,
No.
in my opinion. And now we are into the second Acer TeamStory Cup match of the day. I've dubbed it Act 2.
So they did bring back Ryung.
They did.
Okay.
It is Axiom versus Western Wolves. Western Wolves, led by San, they are up 4-0. San he's one win away from all killing
Yes.
Axiom, and only Ryung stands in his way.
You know, San is a vicious machine. Like, I remember I said this before, like, people might have forgotten from, like, 2009, 2012 when he was actually really a top competitor. But if you look at his total score so far in the Acer Team Cup, and this is all against top players, right? He went 4-0 against Complexity. Star and Ant took out 7 earlier. He didn't start, and then he finished it off. Then against, what other matches did he have? Against Invictus Gaming, which is all its best players from China. He actually didn't even get to play because his team did better.
Yep.
And then against Empire, he went 1-1. So far he's 5-1 before this match. Now he's 9-1. This is pretty insane, man. This guy is really good.
San, do not underrate him. Do not underrate Western Wolves either. Like, this is just one player from Western Wolves.
Yes.
And he's already taken out 4 Axiom players. And he's on the verge of all killing Axiom if he can beat Ryung for a second time. So super props to San. He's playing an awesome game. He's playing awesome matches, playing awesome StarCraft.
But the series isn't over.
No, it's not.
You know, reverse all kills have happened before.
And if there's one guy who might be capable of it,
Ryung.
it might be Ryung.
Yeah.
He fell in the first game and he fell a little bad. Then he watched his teammates go try to avenge him. Then his teammates died, and he's like, "This is unacceptable." He came back from the dead.
Yes.
And he's like, "I must avenge." And now Ryung is faced with the task of winning 5 in a row against the top team in the Acer TeamStory Cup League. Can he do it?
At least it doesn't have to do a 1-on-5. That would be even tougher.
At once.
At once.
Didn't you say you preferred that? Someone told me they preferred that.
That was jokingly. I
Okay.
said that.
Okay. That's good.
So like if you're in a tournament with bronze guys, just put them all against you at once,
Just
right?
Yeah.
Get
get it over with.
Yeah. I'll take them all on.
It's more efficient. But when you're playing against a player like San
No.
in Western Wolves, oh my God, that looks so beautiful.
Yeah. I was wondering
Wow.
why this wasn't working before. Now we got it to work. So.
I need to go give a fist pump to Mr. Ryan Cole.
Yeah.
That is
And
the
Christian.
sickest.
Christian too.
Christian, yes.
Yep.
That looks so beautiful.
So going forward, we'll have this really cool little logo thing at the top right.
And
here.
we can even remove the one on the middle left.
Yeah, that one doesn't really fit so well.
Well, you want to just throw it out? Throw out that one on the middle left?
Yeah.
With authority. Just get rid of it. We
Make
don't
it
need
make
it
a
anymore.
thing look sleeker.
There
yeah,
it is.
Now
Oh,
we're sleek.
I like that. Okay.
You're so sleek.
Before we venture too far into this game, I do want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys, supporting StarCraft 2 and checking out this Team League, Acer TeamStory Cup. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to cast it on MajorLeagueGaming.com, twitch.tv/MLGSC2. Huge shout out to Take for letting us do that. And again, shout out to you guys in the chat for hanging out, keeping the chat classy. Always like a classy chat. That's what I think I'm fairly proud of as far as our chat, twitch.tv/MLGSC2, is that it's quite classy, and it's because of you guys. Painful25, Chillbot4242, Rebellin, Muppet Nick, Math Obsessed, Unique Login, that's a great name. Painful25, Xeru5, Chillbot4242. I feel like a lot of the same guys are typing, which is fine. Stork2, Eric, Mikeland, Gers TV, Omni Proxy, Debbie90, Video 2000, Felipe, Muppet Nick, Chip Kane, Zero Dark 30. Thank you guys so much, and anyone else who frolics on in. And I didn't see your name, so I wasn't able to give you a shout out. But shout out to all you guys in the chat. Hang on.
So we see Command Center first from Ryung. A bold statement. I like it. Remember, Frost is a 4-spawn map. So, I'm curious. On a map like this, Command Center first is by far the most common build. Oh, actually, San's already got a second gas, so he's not going to do the Nexus before Cybernex Core. But it's interesting to see the way the players play, because one of the biggest aspects of a 4-spawn map is it will often take you longer to scout your opponent. So that means there's more room to do a little bit of crazy builds that you're like, well, if he scouts me early, this may not work, but, you know, given the map, it's unlikely he'll find me fast. See, Ryung already sending an SCV out. San has not left his base yet.
Frost is massive.
Yeah, I think it's basically Whirlwind.
So
with terrain mixed around. But
trying to remember game 1. Ryung went for, because these guys have played, so they've played already. So hopefully people aren't confused. Again, Ryung was revived. That is in the rules of Acer TeamStory Cup. You can revive a player if it is your final go. Kind of like your last hurrah.
Ryung went Reaper expand, I believe. He spotted the Blink play. San did expansion into Blink, which he did against Hard as well. Or no, against Hard with DTs, excuse me. Expansion into Twilight Council. There it goes. Wait! Whoa! Whoa!
I like that.
Hold on, San.
I
He's
think we're
mixing
gonna
it up.
see. I think we're gonna see a lot more of this.
You know,
I feel like it's
yeah.
gonna happen. The oracles are gonna start getting really popular, I think.
It definitely could be. Who was it? We were watching someone. Was it yesterday? I feel like we just saw a game where Protoss was using like an Oracle, then he got a couple of Phoenixes, and he was using those to kill Medivacs in a game.
Oh.
It was on Newkirk Precinct.
Yes, and he kept it alive for a very long time, kind of a thing.
Yes, I feel like it was a match from like Star Wars or Stars of War. Stars of War. Which would have been
the Terran was really good. I remember that.
It was Maru versus Hero. That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
Yep, it was Maru versus Hero.
Right.
That was a great match. That was on Newkirk Precinct. They had played a best of 5, but won all 5 games. But Newkirk Precinct was a cool map because Hero did some cool Stargate play on it. Those are on youtube.com/official. MLGSC2 if you're curious.
And for those who
you can search for Maru, search for Hero, search for Stars War.
Yep.
That'll probably find you the games as well.
And for those who are just now tuning in and missed the last 10 seconds, he said youtube.com/official. MLG SE2 free 1080p bots.
So we do see the Oracle coming out now. No Stargate follow-up quite yet. A Forge behind us to get some upgrades. And you know what's cool is we've seen San. He's played. This is his 3rd Protoss first Terran, right? Because he played Ryung in the 1st set, then he played Heart in the 4th, and now in the 5th up against Ryung again. So he's played 3 different PVTs, and each one he's done a different opening, right? He went X1 to Blink, X1 to DT, and now X1 to Stargate. And the Stargate has still not yet been spotted. The SCV could not get up into the main.
See what this Oracle can do here.
And San knows
Is there any defenses there? No, nothing there.
The Marines are moving out now. If you
that was on purpose. I think the probe kind of baited him out there.
Yeah, it absolutely did.
Cheekiness.
Ooh, Oracle overstepped.
Whoa.
Took some extra damage, but the Marines got to get back in the main.
Oh, tried to go to the CV.
He almost took it out. He would have died if he tried to take it out. Maybe he's going to stop, try to kill one more.
Don't get too bold there, son.
He really
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he wants to get one more kill, but he's going to keep that pulsar beam on for a second. He'll probably turn off on a second anyway. Meanwhile, behind us, Twilight Council. Interesting. Often Robo is a preferred follow-up to an Oracle, but we're seeing Twilight Council. We'll have to see which direction San goes. Of course, Ryung, just very solid, staying safe. Took minimal damage from that. He's getting his eBay going up to Starport, double reactors, and a single tech lab, which is what I like that because I'm a big fan of Marines. And actually, it's super good if they open air, because then they're either Archons or they're High Templar or his or her Colossi. Whatever tech they're going to really do a lot of air effect damage, it's going to be later. So you have a lot more time to make Marines super effective, because Marines are amazing against anything that's not with air effect.
Yes. Of course, the burden of Marines would be Colossi or High Templar, Archon.
Nothing from a Stargate scares Marines.
Nope.
So it's super great to really focus on Marine production early against a Stargate opener.
Carriers should have splash damage interceptors.
They should. I agree.
Sick. Okay. So from here.
Level 2 upgrade already started, armor-wise. So there was a very fast Forge. Right after, the Stargate was halfway then when the Forge was started. So San really focusing on the armor upgrades. We saw that last game to great effect as the Zealots tanked so much damage. This SCV is playing a dangerous game, but Oracle... Oh, Oracle, be careful! Whew. Takes 2 shots. It's going to go check on the 3rd, maybe? Oh, there's Marines here anyway, so SCV will live another day. Maybe he'll die. Oh, no, he doesn't! The Marines ditch it for a second.
And you can see SCV, and those Marines are mad.
Oh, they used them.
They're like, he was just trying to build something, and you're going to kill him? Come on, man. Pick on someone your own size. And the Oracle's like, you know what? I'm after just killing SCVs.
What is the Oracle
That's
holding?
my job.
It's like this giant...
That green sphere?
Yeah, what is that?
Isn't that
it
his
just
brain?
energy?
That's his brain, isn't it? Or is...
No,
yeah, that's him.
That's him?
Whatever an oracle is that green thing. Everything else is just
her.
Everything else is just armor, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's my thought.
And it's to contain. It's too powerful. It has to
Sure.
be contained by some structure.
Exactly.
Okay, so we 3rd bases from both players. +2 armor and charge finishing up here for Asan. Ryung going for a +1 armor along with combat shields. And we saw in game 1 as well, Ryung stuck on 1 eBay for pretty much the whole game, so we'll see if he continues that. Scan tells them basically absolutely nothing.
He's taking the 3rd base pretty fast.
Sees an Archon. Archon pops his way back in there.
So both these guys taking 3 bases.
Yes.
I'm wondering if we're going to see any... like, I don't think timings are going to happen here, actually.
No, it doesn't
it's
look
like
like
they're
it.
both, like, just like, all right, let's go late game.
Well,
Let's
the
do it."
Oracle harass time. There's 3 Marines here.
Ooh.
They should be enough. Yeah,
He's like, never mind.
Oracle's so damaged.
Nice. See, oracles are so good.
Yes, very fun unit too. One of the most fun units to use. Now we do have San going for Storm, and I said this before. San's Storms are actually pretty intense here. Can he? He's going to try to trap some of the Terran units. It's a kind of a dangerous game. If Terran controls this well, he can just always use the medevacs to stay safe because there's no stalkers. But every time you use Stim, you run low on energy. If the Protoss can get close to you, they can tear you apart. Feedbacks can be a problem as well. So he's deciding to actually... Ooh, Zealot spotted those 2 medevacs. It's inconvenient.
Yep.
Gonna have to send those
The
up.
Zealot thinks he's the reason the medevacs are scared and backed away. Puffing out his chest. Saying, you better back off.
But they haven't backed off, in
They
fact.
There's one probe, he's like, no!
The Zealot lied to the probe.
Raise the bridge! Raise the bridge!
I like how cautious Ryung is with this drop play, right? He
that
doesn't...
Marine just actually didn't follow instructions. He just wanted to go kill people. But...
he's like, let me at him.
He's like, oh, wait, guys, let's go. What are you doing?
You cowards, stay
We
back.
got this, man. We got it. Let's do it.
That's always me in Infinite Crisis.
I know.
Charge forward.
You and Coley really like doing that
Yep,
stuff.
we do. All right, meanwhile, 2-pronged attack here. We do have attack coming in natural. Folding overcharge can deflect that. Templar wants to use Storm. Doesn't want to have to use it early, though. Meanwhile, the 3rd base is being attacked as well. Oh, actually, San a little bit sloppy there. The Zealots overextend. He's distracted over here. Loses 2 of the Templar. 1 died earlier. Another 1 died. He does deflect that attack. Overall, I don't know. I think that was fairly news. Nobody lost anything of significance, basically, right? Units lost. You know, San did bleed off a few more Zealots, and his opponent lost the Marines. But not the hugest deal. Ryung takes a minor victory. But as soon as your opponent has Storm, you're going to have to... Okay, there we go. We see the Ghost Academy's done. It's getting the energy upgrade for those Ghosts and Mobius reactor. Meanwhile, Zealot squad keep an eye on these medevacs. Escorting a probe around. No 4th base yet from either player. And also, Ryung is going double E-base this game. So, catches 2 medevacs.
Fancy
That was
feedback.
huge. Look how Ryung's
Hey,
splitting his
Ryung's-
units up. He doesn't want to die to 2
nice.
storms.
Nice
Yeah.
storm dodge. That's exactly how you want to do it. But can
Yeah.
he make anything happen with this? Because as it gets closer,
Yeah, it is.
San gets in a better position. He gets more units. So Ryung's gonna back off.
All the hard work Ryung did there and geting a couple nice pickoffs
Oh,
kind of
poor Marauders.
lost by
Just
yeah.
a little marauder.
I remember he did run those 2. He lost 2 full medevacs as well to feedback. So this is actually I slightly like San's position
It's
better.
an
but
even game.
It's very even.
It's a very
It's
close
very
game. Much more even than their first game, actually.
San has a slight upgrade advantage. He's 2-1 against the 1-1 of Ryung, and Ryung will be 2-2, and San will be 1-3.
Yep.
And I think 1-3 is slightly better than 2-2, because Protoss would rather have it be more armor focused than attack. Just because if Terran only has basic damage output, Protoss all their damage is from Psystorm. So if both players have an armor upgrade over the opponent's attack, that typically favors Protoss. A second Robo. This is San's confident enough to go into hard Colossi production.
Yeah,
which is
once we get fourth,
yeah.
like 4 bases, I think it's very standard
it's
to have
Oracle.
those 2 rows. Maybe we get a 3rd robo, and that Oracle, yes,
It's
is very
still
much
alive.
still alive. So I'm wondering, when that Oracle gets faster, what actually kills it at this point in the game, if it's microed properly?
You don't. If it's micro perfectly, you're not really gonna kill it. You're just gonna.
So it can always do Revelation stuff.
Well, if it comes to close enough for Revelation, Vikings might
Sure.
could get a volley on.
But they're going to be much quicker than Vikings.
Yeah, but to get in, like, if he wants to get a deep one on the army, right?
Yeah.
He might have to sacrifice himself. But overall, yeah, I mean, the Oracle, it's like an observer, right? Observer with observer speed, what really kills that. As long as you micro perfectly, but if you're really going to be 100% looking at that unit.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see at that. In this game, we do see there's no 4th yet from Ryung, which is kind of interesting. Oh, never mind. Here it goes. Here it goes. Moving out there. So I was about to say, I'm like, it should have that 4th up there. So he's going to make that into a planetary. Of course, Terran, once you start expanding your bases, Pylon, Warped and Zelts and Pylon harass are so annoying. Oh, here we go. He picks off a... No, he doesn't pick off the Templar. That was huge, actually. This is a very high energy Templar. 1 hit point left, but 130 energy.
That would have been great. A great pickoff.
Yeah.
Oop, sees that Observer. Going to take him out.
You know, we do have a Zealot counterattack, but there's a nice little depot wall and a bunker. There's a lot of Zealots, though. They may still get some damage done. We'll keep an eye on that.
Big engagement soon. High Templars looking for the storms, looking for the VBACs. There's a nice snipe there from Ryung. And let's see. Okay, it looks like San is kind of disjointed here. He has to be careful. Doesn't want to engage into an open Terran army. But he's protecting his
being
fourth.
disjointed, though, is good if you have a lot of Templar, right?
Yeah.
There's more different angles Terran has to worry about.
I like that time.
Yeah.
Pretty fancy. Uh-oh, he's stimming 4 Marines and Marauders coming up. Again, he's trying to deny this 4th base. Is it going to be enough? The Ghost trying to get those EMPs down onto the army, trying to hit some of those Archons. The Charge Lots coming in here, though. Remember, they got EMP'd, but it looks like San has a little bit too much. A lot of Archons, and Colossi still alive. All the Vikings are gone, and there's 3 Colossus here. Ryung doesn't have an answer to that.
Yeah, you know, I think that was a fairly even trade, assuming these medevacs escape.
Oh, run.
Assuming
That's the first thing you do.
Assuming the medevacs escape.
Those guys are so important.
All right, there was a counterattack, but Ryung dealt with that very well. Very minimal damage done.
Yep.
Really good defensive setup. So I think it was an even trade. Ryung had to back away, of course, because, I mean, a lot of his units were in rally point at home, and San was continuing to warp in Zell to the skirmishes. But he did kill a lot of the Templar. I think he's happy. Got, you know, a couple Colossi there as well. I mean, I think both players are pretty content with that.
Yeah.
San, of course, loves the late game PvT, but Ryung's micro is very solid as well. So it's still a very, very even game. Ryung's up by a little bit of supply, but if you count the fact that, you know, San can warp in plenty of reinforcements, and he's on 4 bases. They're both on 4 bases. We're looking interesting. San is the one now, though, who's actually has kind of control of the map. Now there's a counterattack here. This could be dangerous.
Ryung's still trying to be very active on the map, dropping here and there. I like that, but looks like it is going to be cleaned up. Of course, the main goal here being, let's kill some of those probes. Let's distract our opponent a little bit. Like, if you can get a situation where you're dropping in multiple locations at once, it's like, it's perfect.
It's very nice. So it looks like there was a medevac or Viking that overextended there. Got taken out.
So from here, composition-wise,
you know, Ryung only has 4 medevacs. The big thing is the Viking. So that's really not as many medevacs as one. He's also very marine heavy, which is great at some points. But when you're talking about an army of 6 Colossi and 8 Templar, I really feel San's composition is significantly better. There's only 4 Ghosts. There's only 9 Vikings. There's only 4 medevacs against 6 Colossi and 9 Templar. This is going to be extremely difficult for Ryung to engage. And if you look at this, it's reflected in the army values a bit. Ryung is ahead here, but in gas, he's way behind.
Careful, Ghost.
Yeah, he only has 4. He can't afford to lose
his Colossus too. Can Ryung afford to be patient here?
If he can do some small trades, like a small battle where he trades off some Marines and Marauders and can replace them with Ghosts and Vikings, that's what he's looking to do. Because again, he does have a larger army in supply, and in mineral value it's a little higher, but the gas composition, there's so much gas in this army of Sana, and in this late game it's often the gas units that really decide who wins the battle.
Okay, of course the position is going to be very important. High Templar sneaking up here looking for feedbacks, but there's an EMP onto those High Templar. Great pickoff there from San. Meanwhile, we got some drops happening on Ryung's side of the map there. Scans going down everywhere, looking for those observers, looking for his opponent's army. A High Templar trying to flank from the back. He's going to get taken out. The cannon taken out as well. And Ryung slowly but surely making progress.
He is. You know, San looks like he might abandon this base. He looks like he might be trying to do some, doing some storm harass there, bothering that location. So it's not the end of the game. It's much better to take a better engagement and lose the 4th than to take a bad engagement. That's what he's looking to do. He don't want to engage down the ramp or EMPs are going to massacre him. He has so many Colossi. He's got to storm the Vikings, though. That's what he wants. Great EMPs. There's no more storms left, in fact. But there's still so many Colossi.
Okay, the Vikings trying to take those guys out. The Stalkers blinking to the side. Ryung trying to keep those Marauders and Marines away from those Colossi while taking down the Stalkers at the same time. Not an easy feat. And San is going to clean up this army. But remember, Ryung has a ridiculous bank. Both these players do. So it's going to come down to how's their economy looking and what kind of composition can they come up with. But overall,
I was like, is Ryung knew that?
There's some SCVs trying to make sure what's going on.
Yeah, they're scouting. They're going to be unhappy about what they see, though. It's Zealots along with Templar.
Whoa.
Oh, that's so many stacked up.
Oh.
Oh, he could have had a massive storm there. Now it's not going to get that many. He gets 2, 3, 4. Okay, second storm. He gets 4 SCVs, or 8, I guess, excuse me. Not too bad.
Oh my god.
Just going to be clean
That
up,
was
though.
close to being a disaster.
It was. It was.
I like that factory.
Both players are closing in on 3-3 upgrades.
Oh, he's going to attack over here.
You know what? And
This
he's
is
got a significantly larger army.
And this is a fast counterattack. Like, this isn't that long after that initial. That,
he's
that
trying
big
to
battle
distract.
happened.
There's
Ooh.
no missile turret here.
Oh my gosh.
If Ryung's not in his game, those 2 Dark Templar could do massive damage.
Son is
In the
everywhere.
middle too.
Son is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Has to control that watchtower as well. Going to reposition over there. Not a lot of. There's not a lot of expensive units here. Just Marines and Marauders, a couple medevacs.
Period.
There's not a lot of units, period. Son's going to be happy to take that engagement. Ryung is in a lot of trouble. Son attacking across the map immediately, up 166 to 115 in supply. Son looking in complete control. Remember, he won 4 games leading into this. This is the 5th game between Axiom and Western Wolves. Son took down Ryung already today, then took down Alicia, then took down Craig, then took down Hart, and now he's up against Ryung again, and he's poised to take the victory and the all-kill over Axiom.
Son taking the 5th base behind this. Stalker's picking off almost. There goes the last Viking. That was a nice win for him. The medevacs are out of energy. The Bioforce is very damaged. DTs will be taken out with a scan, it looks like, but I mean, Son doesn't have to win the game here, but he feels like he can. There's a ton of Zealots, and the Bio has no medevacs to reinforce him, only a single with no energy here.
Templar's looking for storms too,
no.
and there are no goes for EMPs. All these Marines and Marauders going to melt away. Son, what a brilliant performance today. He came to play, and Axiom is feeling it. There's the GG from Ryung. Son with the 5-0. The 5-0 over Axiom. Look out, man. Son, he's going to run for government leader since the government is down.
Could be.
Like when BattleNet is down, the government.
I mean, you know what it is? It's he's so patient, and he's willing to just say, anytime you make a mistake, I'll punish you for it. You know, that's his play style. And what it was in that game, there's a lot going on there. But if you had to boil down to one thing, it was the biggest mistake Ryung made is he built up a mid-game composition and sat around with it to the late game, right? If you build up Son built up a mid-game composition,
right,
and then he found ways to trade off groups of Zealots to turn it to a late-game composition, more Colossi, more Templar, and a few Archons and Stalker support. Ryung needed to find a similar way to trade off his Marines and Marauders, some of them, especially some of the Marines, and get more medevacs, more Vikings, more Ghosts. Because in that battle, he just had, there was almost as many Colossi as Vikings. There's only 4 medevacs.
Yeah, it's one of those things Ghosts. As Terran, where as the game goes along, to kind of relate it to the Protoss, trying to trade away units, High Templar, Archons, Colossi. A lot of players will say Ghosts and Vikings. Kind of a thing.
Yep.
Planetary fortresses, really securing, really locking down those extra bases. Son did a great job, just not allowing that to happen.
He just, it's weird. He took control of the map while he was on his side of the map the whole time in a way. But regardless, it was beautiful play by Son. They're proving why he was one of the most dominant Protosses of 2011, 2012, and maybe he's going to come back here in the later parts of 2013 and in 2014. Really impressive play by him, going 5-0.
It's amazing.
Against Axiom.
I did not expect it. I'll be completely honest. No. I did not expect it. I know he had some great results.
I kind of said it jokingly after he beat Ryung. Because I was honestly thinking, when he beat Ryung the first game, I'm like,
he looked good.
If he beats Ryung, because I think Ryung is Axiom's strongest player, and I'm like,
it's doable.
Yeah, I'm like,
as soon as you overcome that first huge step, it's like, it becomes a little bit easier. So, Son with the 5-0, again, to kind of recap, guys. Son with the 5-0 over Ryung, Alicia, Crank, Hart, and then Ryung a second time. And Western Wolves are sitting pretty in the Acer TeamStory Cup 2013. They're going to move up to 4-0. Axiom will move to 2-2.
Who can stop the Wolves?
I want to see who they play next. Western Wolves plays Quantic next week.
Can Quantic stop them? Quantic is 2-1 as well, right? Quantic will now be in second place. Hyun's really good.
Quantic is 2-1. Quantic actually plays. I think that might be. I wonder when that matches. I think it might be Monday. We'll keep y'all updated on that, but it's very close. TeamStory Cup. Western Wolves looking dominant. Again, this is a team league featuring Western Wolves, Axiom, Acer, Quantic, Mouse, Millennium, Complexity, Invictus, Team Liquid. And that being said, when this goes down, by the way, guys, because we're about done here. That is the end of Act 2.
Yep.
Rebroadcast is going to go right away. So if you missed Liquid versus Acer, that's literally coming up next. So we're not going to spoil it at all. We'll tell you who's up first. So Liquid versus Acer happened a little bit earlier today.
Rhett versus Bly is the first match.
Rhett versus Bly is going to be the first match. So that's going to be fun to watch. And remember, guys, if you enjoy the content, tune into MajorLeagueGaming.com all the time. We're literally always going to be there. 24/7 is what we are going for with StarCraft 2 coverage. Our YouTube channel, if you're looking for a way to support MLG or to support us or whatever, and you're looking for a cheap and easy way, in a way that actually benefits you, look no further than YouTube, youtube.com/official MLGSE2. 1080p VODs, they go up really fast.